About a month ago, a number of individuals after a keynote or even in response to lives or posts that I had shared, privately or publicly, were sharing what a difficult time it was. People going through difficult divorces, relationships with their teens, had lost people that they loved, that they were really struggling. And I thought, how can I support this number of individuals beyond, of course, what I was already trying to do? And it occurred to me that there's an opportunity with Facebook. And if I had perhaps started a Facebook group, then we can pull those individuals together to have a positivity-based conversation on a daily basis. Now, I had a lot of skeptics, I have to tell you. People who said, well, what's the point of having another Facebook group? There's lots of them out there. Other people said, well, I noticed that on the very first rule you put on your Facebook group is no selling. Well, what's the point, Sarah? You're an entrepreneur. But here's the thing. Thought leaders like Gary Vee and others in the social media world, they profess serve, serve, serve first. And so it's short-sighted of us to think that there isn't benefit if we're from a service-based mentality. But perhaps more importantly, I just want to reinforce, I wasn't doing this to make a sale. These individuals were reaching out to me anyway. How can, in fact, we build a community of support? Because you know what, ultimately, that's what I'd want somebody to do for me. And so we did it. And I want to share with you the way in which we were able to grow this incredible community. And I'm so passionate about it because what people have shared about the value they've gotten from it, even though it's only about a 3-week-old at the time of this filming site, it's grown to over 1,000 people. In fact, today I think it's at about 1,300 individuals. So how do you do that? How do you get people saying, this is my daily beacon? How do you get people saying, I so appreciate these individuals that I've never met before who are giving me support? How do you get people who say to you, you know, this is exactly the thing I needed at the most difficult time in my life? Well, it's really not that complicated. I wrote down 10 things that I think were the successes, and I'm not really a student of Facebook groups. There are social media experts, there's vloggers, there's bloggers, there's podcasters who can give you way more intel than I can, but here's what worked in this group. Number one, we had to have a name that people could resonate. Am I a great, happy person, or do I want to be a great, happy person? Then that's the group for me. So it was easy to identify. Number two, we created rules right off the bat around no bullying, no solicitation and sales, and so forth. And recently I've added no political persuasion on there, even if you think it's funny, and no religion, even if it's very positive, because we don't want anyone to feel isolated from this group. Number three, invite your raving fans first. Immediately, I invited 20 people through an invitation-based system that I knew either wanted this or needed this or could really benefit from this. And then I encouraged them to say, listen, we want other people to be part of our great, happy family. Who do you want to invite? Encourage people to add or to send off the invitation. The next thing we did was we encouraged people to share pictures of themselves and a description of what made them a great, happy person. In other words, what we wanted people to do is feel the sense of, I'm in this group. This is not Sarah's group. This is not a Greatness Magnified group. This is our group. This is my group. And so some people shared the most wonderful pictures, and we loved it. And that got people commenting and getting to know each other right off the bat. And by the way, every day, of all the new members, I'll say, welcome. We love getting to know you. Please share with us how you're a great, happy person. Pictures include those too. So we've kept that going. Number five, we asked people to really comment on and nurture, and I take responsibility every single day to go in there a couple of times a day to comment and to reinforce and to support what people have contributed. Because fortunately for us, we're at the point where individuals are organically sharing videos or either whether it be a pre-recorded or they're doing lives right into the group or sharing pictures and other memes that they motivate them and that make them feel like a great, happy person. And so you want to nurture that so that people, again, feel like this is a shared community and not just your group, and that you keep the momentum going. Number six, I invited people every single day. And again, this is a bit of a controversial thing with Facebook groups. Do you just add people or do you wait to invite them? So my take on the adding, I did sometimes just add people without inviting them, but I made sure that I knew that those were the type of people that would benefit from that. Now, There are some individuals who decided that they didn't want to be part of another group, and that's perfectly fine. People can unadd themselves or block a group, what have you. But the beauty is, people don't know that this is available to them unless you help them understand that it is. And I figure if people are friends with me, then they probably want what I have to offer. Next is share regularly posts on your own wall and encourage people to do that as well. And that's the benefit of this being a public group, is that anyone can share on their wall anything that's been posted in the group that they're inspired by, which means that all of the people that follow them that see that particular post, they may choose to click over and join that group. I encourage you to have regular updates about how you're growing, because who doesn't want to be part of something that's a trend, that's gaining momentum, that's positive, that's healthy, that's fueling up and getting larger in size. And so I would share every single day, especially for that first week. We're at 200, we're at 350, we're at 492. How big? By day 5, I said, how big do you think we're going to be at exactly 1 week? So 5 o'clock on Saturday. And by the way, the person who has the most accurate rating, they're going to get a prize. I didn't tell them what it was. It ended up being a book that I had recommended and I had shared a lot of quotes from, directly related to the topic of that group, called The Little Book of Like, The Danish Book of Happiness. And it wasn't a self-promotion book. I could have sent one of my books, but no, I sent another book that we talked about in the group. And that contest, so many people shared their votes, and you know what? They were big, ambitious, juicy goals of what they thought that group was. So I would be able to say, hey, we're at such and such, and I know that you think that we're going to get higher. Who needs to be part of this group? The next thing I want to suggest is that all of this is grounded in you understanding what your core goal is for the group, and just one. My number one goal is to have as many happy people from around the world see their greatness and the greatness of others on a daily basis, which is why so many of the strategies I've shared with you are about growth and about encouraging growth and about sharing and why it's public and so forth. You may have a totally different goal of your group or of the groups that you belong to, but know what it is, because it directly impacts how you interact with your community. And then finally, the goal of reaching 1,000 people, that there's some literature there that shows that once you hit 1,000, that is officially a tribe. When we reached 1,000, we celebrated. People knew that we had reached it. People were, yoo-hoo, and yay, I'm thrilled to be part of that. So have lots of celebration in that group, because really what we've been able to do in just a few short weeks is not only support those people that originally motivated me to get this group started in the first place. When I ask people, occasionally, about every maybe week, I'll say, why do you keep coming back? What do you get out of it? The things that people share bring tears to my eyes. How they needed it more than ever before, that they're going through a difficult time, how it helps them to get focused at the beginning of their day, how it inspires their family, that they share it with a teenager. There are so many different reasons why people are part of the group, but every one of them is beautiful and inspiring and delicious, and that keeps me going. So all those people who had criticisms about why would you do this? Why would you spend your precious time as an entrepreneur building a group where you don't make a single penny? Well, for one thing, I don't buy that there won't be good things that will come as a result of this. But most importantly, what I know is paying off immediately is the good feeling that I have, that hit of endorphins and oxytocin when I see people doing good for each other and that I've been a part of that. There is nothing. What does the MasterCard commercial say? That's priceless. I hope you choose to join Great Happy People, because it is a truly wonderful place to hang out. My name's Sarah McVanel. Be well and be great.